All right.
Okay. Howdy, my name's Tessa Salter. I'm a 2022 Rodeo Kids Ambassador. It is an honor to interview Miss Rodeo America 2017, Lisa Lucia. She is a barrel racer, a vet tech, a PhD, and a mentor to young girls interested in being a rodeo queen through her Arise program. Miss Lisa, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your journey?
I can. I guess I'll give you the full backstory. You mentioned that I'm a doctoral student, so working from there backwards, I'm going to school to get my doctorate degree in agricultural education. My undergraduate degree and my master's degree are both also in agricultural education, while my master's degree specifically in secondary education. And I actually taught high school agriculture for one school year. And that was the school year before I won Miss Rodeo Texas in 2016, and then went on to win Miss Rodeo America. And I honestly thought I'd be back in the classroom um, teaching high school agriculture, but the good Lord had other plans for me. I knew I was going to go on and get my doctorate degree. I just didn't intend for it to be so soon. But here I am, just now to the point of writing my dissertation to finish up my degree. So that's super exciting. But in the meantime, I have been coaching rodeo queens, and in 2018, the idea for Arise, which stands for a Rodeo Queen Insight to Success and Empowerment, came about. And that's what I've been doing since my year as Miss Rodeo America. So still teaching, just not in the classroom. But I grew up on a dairy farm. I'm first generation American in Northeast Texas. My parents moved to Texas from the Netherlands in 1990. So they've been here for 32 years this summer. So anyway, I say here, but in the States, in Texas for 32 years. I loved horses as a little kid, but my dad absolutely did not. And I just begged and begged and begged from the time I could talk for a pony. Finally got one when I was 5, never looked back, started competing in play days, barrel racing, which eventually led to rodeo queen competitions. And in the long and the short, that's what got me to where I am today.
That's really cool. So I'm gonna go to the next question. What is the importance of a rodeo queen to the sport of rodeo?
Yeah, so as you're probably realizing through your own experiences so far, a rodeo queen is plays many roles. One, yes, she's a pretty face in the arena, but more importantly, she's a liaison between the sport and the action and what goes on in the arena and the general public, and also, honestly, the producers, rodeo committees, and stock contractors. She's able to make connections and talk to people and visit sponsors and so on and so forth, and be able to not only inform people, but to build relationships with people and ideally continue to grow the sport of rodeo. So I guess the title for a rodeo queen could also be ambassador or spokeswoman, and more so than it could be rodeo queen. Rodeo queen's the glamorous term for the job that she does.
Okay. What is some advice for someone who wants to be a rodeo queen?
So I'm going to give advice that I would give for anything in life. And that is, if the good Lord put it on your heart, He put it there for a reason. And with faith and hard work, anything is possible. Now, specifically to be a rodeo queen, I say just go out there and get experience. Go out there and compete in a rodeo queen contest, or if that sounds too intimidating, find a rodeo queen clinic, or I'd be happy to mentor any girl, any young lady interested in becoming a rodeo queen as well. But the best way to become a rodeo queen is to just try, just to go compete in a rodeo queen contest. And I always say, if you don't win, you learn. There is no losing. And so go out there, get the experience, and figure out exactly what it takes to become a rodeo queen, and then go do that.
Yeah. What is some tips that you have on horsemanship?
Oof. Ride a lot. Your seat needs to be in that saddle seat every day. Yes, rodeo queens are just that, rodeo queens. They're cowgirls. And the longtime national director for the Miss Rodeo Texas organization has since passed away. But one of the sayings she would always say is, um, my ladies are cowgirls, but my cowgirls are ladies. So you want to certainly be a lady, but remember, we're also cowgirls. So ride, 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 ride. There's nothing that is going to improve your skills besides practicing those skills. Work with someone who's better than you always. And we can always learn something from everyone. So be open and willing to learn from everyone. But get out there and get with people who are better than you. Ride in different disciplines. Yes, rodeo queen horsemanship patterns are foundationally reining type patterns, but go take roping lessons and learn how to rope. Most girls do run barrels to compete in play day events and speed events, but do that. Go ride in English lessons, go ride in other Western lessons like reining or reined cow horse or even Western pleasure. And just spend time learning different disciplines, developing feel, riding your own horse, developing a relationship with your horse, because there's nothing that replaces time in the saddle.
Yes. Do you have any tips on makeup and hair?
Oh, you asked me that, and here I am with a braid that's been in my hair for the last like 24 hours, and I have makeup quickly slapped on my face from riding in a truck for 13 hours before this call. But that too, you want to wear makeup and fix your hair to enhance your natural beauty. Makeup doesn't make you beautiful. Your hair doesn't make you beautiful. And there are so many great resources out there with the internet today. But I do suggest going and getting a makeup lesson when you're of age. I feel like someone who's younger than 12, I'd say younger than 13, probably doesn't need professional makeup lessons. But if you're serious about this, appearance is an important aspect of being a rodeo queen. Go to a professional, just like you go get professional help in horsemanship and advancing your horsemanship skills. Makeup is a skill. Doing good makeup and hair is a skill. I mean, there are also great tutorials on all of the Miss Rodeo America social media channels. I know former Miss Rodeo Americas, including myself, but Carrie Sheffield, now Smith, Jordan Tierney, have all done makeup and or hair tutorials, which can be found on Instagram, on their Facebook page in the videos album, and also on the YouTube channel. So go watch those, practice just like you practice everything else, and learn what works for your hair type and your skin type.
Yes. I mentioned your Arise program earlier. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yes. As I said in my quick little overview of my life, the concept of Rise came up in 2018. And after I had finished my years in Miss Rodeo America, I did have various girls reaching out to me asking if I would be offering coaching. And at the time, I had worked with a few girls locally, girls that I'd known from my hometown and local areas. But my now husband, Anthony, who I was dating at the time, asked me why I didn't actually pursue that and actually offer coaching for girls. Because when I was growing up and when I was preparing for various rodeo queen contests, including Miss Rodeo Texas and America, I did have some great help, but there really weren't any comprehensive resources for rodeo queens. There were some good clinics in the country. There still are really good clinics in the country. But I then set out a goal to provide that for queens, to provide a comprehensive resource where you could have access to the knowledge and the information you needed to gain the knowledge and to be able to teach you the skills to successfully become the rodeo queen you want to be. And so that's how Arise came about. Like I said a bit ago, it stands for a Rodeo Queen Insight to Success and Empowerment. So I want to be able to have the young ladies I work with, and I've actually even worked with some guys. Of course, they weren't rodeo queens, but on interview and public speaking skills before job interviews and so on and so forth, because their family members were rodeo queens, and they were like, "Oh, my brother or my husband could benefit from that. Will you help them get ready for this job interview?" And so I've done that too. But it's to give you skills that you can carry with you for the rest of your life beyond a rodeo queen competition. And I really do feel like a rodeo queen contest does that in itself, but I want to be able to do that through the program as well.
Yes. Anything else that you would like to share with Rodeo Kids?
Um, yeah, I think this is an awesome organization, and there really isn't anything like rodeo and the rodeo family. And I mean, we have our own blood family, but rodeo is a pretty small world, and that can be good and bad. You know, everybody knows somebody in the sport of rodeo. But I mean, if you love this sport, um, don't forget why. Don't ever get lost, no matter how big you get or how good you get. Don't ever get lost or don't ever lose sight of why you started doing this in the first place. And for most of us, that's because we loved the animals, right? As a little kid, I think you can probably speak to that. I know as a kid myself, and it was for the love of the horse initially. So don't ever lose the reason why we're doing this in the first place. Um, get up early, you know, work hard, have faith, take care of your horse, and always remember, as I said a bit ago, that with faith and hard work, anything is possible.
Yes, I agree with that. So thank you so much. That was just
You're welcome.
wonderful. Thank you for your time.
You're
Um,
very welcome.
I